Hey everyone, how's it going? It's a Friday here. It's really warm in Portland. Gonna be like 100 this weekend. I'd really hoped that we had been able to escape escape a 100-degree day this summer, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But either way, we're here. We're hanging out at the studio, and we've gotten in a ton of new products lately. So figured the best way would be to just walk through and take a look at some of them as we kind of walk through the Ko ROGI Studio here. So yeah, we'll get started. Chime in with comments if you've got them. Happy to answer any questions as we're going through stuff. Otherwise, let's dive in. Right up front here, these are a piece that we first discovered back in May at the Field Style Expo in Nagoya. They are from Shigezawa Shizoten, which is a about 70-year-old tatami maker. So they've been around for a really long time. And while they make a lot of traditional tatamis, the kind that would go in your home, this is something that's relatively new from them, and it's an outdoor tatami mat. So as you can see, it's pretty small, relatively. It's a small little seat. It's portable. It's got a little carry hoop on it as well as a hole that's punched through it. On the back side, you have this waterproof backing so that if it's placed onto damp ground, you're not going to absorb moisture into it. But even if you did, rather than traditional grass material for tatami, this is predominantly nylon. And so it's going to be more mold resistant, mildew resistant, and actually floats as well. So you can throw it in the water and it's going to be totally fine. You're not going to risk it rotting like you would if you threw in a grass reed tatami mat. We've got them in two colors, this kind of traditional with a indigo, dark blue side stitching, and then we also have this black more modern version. And you can see too that the weaves on them are a little bit different as well, just a little bit different style here. Both of those are in stock and available on the website right now. We have started getting in some Toyo Steel products as well. I've been a big fan of these for a long time. I have them at my own house, and so it's really cool to be able to offer them. They're great for tent stakes and all sorts of little camp goodies, especially if you want something that's maybe a little bit more durable than like a soft bag. And then as we continue on, we've started carrying provisions. So we have Graza olive oil as well as high heat oil. While I think, generally speaking, there's a lot of olive oil options out there, my opinion is that Graza is not the highest quality of olive oil. You're not getting a really, really nice $30-$40. However, for the price, it's a fantastic olive oil. The cooking oil is very good as well. And what I really like about this is so often olive oil comes in a glass bottle. This is plastic. It's relatively lightweight. It's a squeeze bottle, which makes it really easy to use while you're camping. And yeah, pairs really well. And then we've gotten an expanded collection of Rivers drinkware. If you don't know Rivers drinkware, they are based out of Tokyo. They make a whole bunch of different stuff. This is really actually only a small sample of their product line. So obviously we have the ultralight titanium mugs. I really like these as well. Set my phone down here. Realize that my lunch is still sitting on the microwave. The handle is cut open at the bottom, and they did that for a specific reason, and it's so that you can actually stack these mugs. It's not the first time I've seen this, actually. If we walk over here to our archive on this shelf here towards the back, these are Corel Snow Peak mugs, or Snow Peak cups, I should say. I don't know what you actually call it. This one's from kind of 1994. This one's from a little bit later, and you can tell that just because of the logo, but it's the same mug, and you can see same split handle, so you're able to actually stack them. Same exact thing that's happening over here with the Rivers drinkware, which makes it really great because it's so easy to just pack them all in. You're not taking up a ton of extra space. Various drippers as well. So this one is their ultralight dripper. It's made out of silicone, and then it has this insert. I love that you can just shove this in there though, and it actually fits inside of this mug, so you can have the world's smallest portable coffee setup for when you're backpacking, and really in a pinch for weight and space. If you've got a little bit more room though, more traditional dripper, It's silicone, so you don't have to worry about like a porcelain one or a glass one that's breaking on you. It's a really nice cone shape, something that you don't get as much with some of the collapsible metal ones. And there's a wood base for it as well. So take your wood base, set it on your cup, dripper goes in, and then a couple of jugs, as well as this cold brew brewer mug here, which I really like. I'm a big fan of cold brew, especially in the summer months. Let's see, sorry, I'm wearing glasses to do this recording, and getting comments is a little weird, so we're gonna get some like Inception stuff going here. Do I sell a half side hanger for the half stainless steel barbecue box? We do not. We don't. Snow Peak has one. It's a fantastic piece. We see really no need to bring something like that to the US, where it's not necessarily a unique product. Right, we want to offer things that aren't already out there, new products that we're finding, that sort of thing. So the half unit side extension rack, you can go to Snow Peak and pick one up. Lantern wise, not a ton new right now, at least in this part of the store, but if we come over here, we've gotten a much bigger selection of Motorco products. Motorco, if you don't know, they've been around for just over 50 years. They're based out of just a little bit north of Saitama, which is north of Tokyo. And they have been a family-owned metalworking company for 51 years. And about 10 years ago, they started venturing into camping goods. And this is some of the products that they offer here. We also have, this is, for example, their Ziz tent shelter, named after a Jewish winged bird, because, well, you're not going to be able to see. I don't think it's not on the label, but the front and back awnings open up an incredible amount and just really expand. So that's a fun one, and it's all black, as you can see. This is their firewood carrier. We have their gloves as well that are made out of aramid, so very heat resistant for picking up pots and stuff off of your fire pit. These are the hammers that they offer. This is the Ko ROGI, as well as a Ko ROGI Heavy. The Ko ROGI stainless steel, made at their factory, again, their family-owned factory. The top is hollow, and the intent of that is that you can put it on your tent stake, pop it out much easier. You don't have to really get in there and dig for it. So that's why you have this kind of scallop design. On the Heavy, switches to a copper head, so a little bit softer hit, a little bit quieter. But you're probably asking, like, what's the deal? Why are these such a odd cylindrical shape? That's not like any hammer that I've seen. The idea is really simple. Once you're done hammering, it's very easy to throw it now into your tent or your tarp bag, and you're not going to risk poking or damaging anything because it is just this smooth design. So it really becomes much more of a part of your kit rather than this separate bag that lives over here that's got my hammer and some of my tools in it. This is their light. It's a beautiful little light, magnetic bottom, hook on the top. You can actually adjust the angle as well. You have uplight and downlight. They have reflective ropes, glow-in-the-dark tensioners, cylindrical tensioners, tent stakes as well. And then if we come over here, we've got a few more Motorco items that we'll hit on just really quick. This is their hanging line. It comes in 3 different colors and 2 different sizes. I've actually got a couple of them up, but you can see one right here. So it's a pretty simple nylon rope with a couple of metal fasteners on either end that allow it to hook back onto itself. It then comes with these plastic beads that you can adjust where they are on the rope and use it to pinch and hold things together. Like here we have a towel that's hanging, just using those little plastic nubbins. So there's about a 12-foot version and a 20-foot version. Like I said, 3 colors, a black, a gray, and a yellow as well. Now, we'll get to some more Motorco stuff later. That's kind of it. That's just kind of the Motorco stuff right here. We'll get to some more in a second. Couple of questions coming in. Don't know if it was said, but a copperhead hammer is anti-spark, so it's good for a dry climate. Yeah, definitely. Some of the steel-on-steel head types can create spark. There is a slight fire risk there. There's a number of benefits to using the copper-headed hammer as well. When you think about the impact, not so much maybe with a metal head, but if you or a metal handle, but if you have a wood handle as well, Any shock is going to transfer into that wood, cause vibrations. Eventually that wood is going to be more susceptible to splitting. With a copper, anything you can do to dampen that strike is going to help. Do we have the Snow Peak Celis in stock? We do not. We are actually not a Snow Peak vendor. We carry a small selection of vintage, hard to find items, things like that. If we come over here, we can see these are some dead stock Snow Peak stainless steel mugs from the early 2000s. This is a Elbreth 25th anniversary. Elbreth is an outdoor retailer in Japan, mini SKU. This is a pair of the Wabuki chopsticks. You can still buy these today. However, what makes this version interesting is it is the second release, so from about 1997. Dead stock, never been used. Really cool piece if you want something a little bit different than most Wabuki chopsticks. And then IGT please, which we are getting to. So this right here is the 37 camp 5.5 unit collapsible IGT. 37 camp is based just outside of Nagoya, so kind of right in between Osaka and Tokyo regions, if you can think about Japan geography for a minute. It's fantastic. Not only is it huge, right? It's 5.5 units. So here we have the Snow Peak 4-unit collapsible IGT. You can see, let's just stretch my arms here. And we have all of this extra space to do stuff with. It's incredibly lightweight as well. It also packs down really small. Obviously, you're going to have a lot more length because it's 5.5 units instead of like a 4. But what's really fascinating about this piece is that the legs as well as your end plates both tuck up underneath into your frame rails. So you secure those underneath, and then you fold the two frame rails together, and that's what is here with the included case. Comes in 2 leg heights, 400 millimeter, which is this guy right here. This is obviously a Snow Peak one. And then we have the standing height 830 as well. You can also buy extra legs so that you can swap back and forth between the two. Another fun little feature about these guys is the end plates have a tripod mount. So you can see this is from Zane Arts, so a different brand. But you can see we've just screwed this light hanger right into the end here. Really strong. Don't have to worry about it falling over or anything like that. And you can do any number of lights. You know, we could take the post off of this one and throw it up here as well. We have a almost full line from 37 camp. This is a carbon fiber drainer. So it's 1 unit, rolls up really compact as well, really lightweight because it's carbon fiber. You can also then, you know, do things like throw it over the sink. So if you're trying to dry your kettle because you just washed the dishes, it's really easy to just set it like that and allow it to drip. Don't have to worry about working with a towel too much. 37 camp also makes some really great accessories for the flat burner. So this is the Snow Peak flat burner grill itself, this insert, but what they've done is create new frames. So you can see here, this one is stainless steel. This setup is entirely titanium. So you have a new basin. There's a new grill grate that you can purchase, which is completely flat. Again, this one's titanium. It does away with the nubbins that the Snow Peak one comes with. This does work with the factory Snow Peak flat burner, so you do not need to buy the new basin or anything for the grill grate. To get this windscreen that's on it, again, this one's titanium, you do need to buy the basins. It uses these little notches, which are not present on the Snow Peak version. So if you want the windscreen, you got to get the basin. If you want the grill, you're totally fine to just throw that onto your flat burner as it exists. 37 camp also makes this sink. This is a 1.5 unit sink. It's very high quality. Let me just move some stuff here. You can see that the faucet that is included has a machined mount, so secures really well onto that. The entire thing itself too, if we flip it over, we can see the nice welds. This is a sink that is built from the ground up specifically for the iron grill table. These are currently special order only. If you would like one, please reach out to us. We're happy to get going for you. From 37 camp again is this light stand. very simple light stand. It uses a tripod mount, very common light. The basin, though, is intended to be used to rest your fork, rest your chopsticks, anything like that. So, lots of 37 cam in stock. We've got a little bit more over here that we'll get to in a second. Oop, geez. Let's see. Take a look. Thanks. Waves. Which is better, titanium or stainless steel? It really depends. At least like within the context of this, right? Stainless steel is totally fine. The factory Snow Peak basin is stainless steel. Titanium is just cool, though. Like, let's not beat around the bush. You're not really focused on weight savings with any of this, so despite the fact that this is actually a very light setup, relatively speaking, you know, the second you throw it into a big IGT, all of that weight saving kind of becomes inconsequential. So it's really up to you. The titanium takes on a bit more color. The strength to weight ratio is higher than stainless steel, but again, it's quite a bit more expensive compared to stainless steel. So entirely up to you. I have no real stake in the game. I think they're both really great. Just kind of depends. This is all stuff that we've had for a while, so we're going to gloss over that really quick. Come over to here. You can see this is some more 37 cam stuff. If you do come into the store, we have signs that talk about each one of our partner brands that we work with, where they're located. Continuing that use of like carbon fiber and cool materials. So Uchiba fan. It's really nice, especially on a hot day like today, to be able to use that. We've talked about this a little bit. This is the tabletop charcoal grill from Ton Charcoal, which is a local Portland company that I absolutely love. It is not designed to go into the IGT. We fabricated this kind of joint kit. It is still in development. We're working on kind of a V3 right now. The goal is to eventually take it to production. So if you do want to take a grill that is designed for like back of house restaurant use, intended to be used and abused and give you an excellent cook, if you want to take that camping, you will be able to with your IGT in the coming months. We recently got in a number of old Daruma dolls, all in fantastic condition. Just really cool pieces. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going to keep going this way. You might notice up on the top here a whole bunch of Tokyo Crafts products. Tokyo Crafts is a new brand that we have started working with very recently. We got introduced to them maybe about 4 or 5 months ago and have been working through the logistics of getting the inventory over here, and it's here. Tokyo Crafts will launch. It will be available for sale next Friday, so 1 week from today. But we'll do a preview of some of the products that we've got here. They make titanium sake cups. These are made in Japan. They come in one of 5 different colors. Come in these fantastic little gift boxes. This is a very nice aquamarine. As you can see, there is like a purple, there's a raw titanium over here, this peachy yellow color, and then a nice soft blue as well. All available next Friday. Very light, nice hammered finish, just really fun pieces. This lantern hanger as well is from Tokyo Crafts. This is their sunset lantern hanger. I'm a huge fan of this for a number of reasons. First of all, I think it genuinely looks great. I think it's a very smart piece of kit, really well designed. The tension strap that has additional hooks on it so you can hang more lights from it, as well as a pretty solid stainless steel carabiner up here on the top. It is anchored to the ground using tent stakes, so you can see, so you get a really nice strong fixture without having to awkwardly try and like self-drive it in. And then it uses just tension to lean this in. Now, the other great thing about this is that when we look at like, you know, more traditional, this is the Camping Moon self-driving lantern hanger. This one's made out of stainless steel. It's a great piece, but it's big. Like, let's not joke about how large it is and how they don't really pack down. The sunset hanger from Tokyo Crafts gets quite small. This is a box for it. And obviously, you know, the box takes up more space than the product itself. You can see here, that's all it is. So you get a really nice lantern hanger that just is much easier to throw into a bag or a cargo box or however you're getting your gear to camp, and not have to worry about packing it all and fitting it into the car. Let's see. Ko ROGI store looks great. Thank you so much. Are there any plans to bring in the TokyoCraft multi-frame table? You mean this table right here? Wow. It's almost like that was planned. It wasn't, but great shout. Yes, so we have plenty of these that will be available next Friday. They're absolutely fantastic. It's a super cool piece. MFT or multi-frame table. Where does that come from? So as you can see, kind of a 3-unit here. These are 1-unit inserts. So like if we look at this table, right, 1 unit will fit in any IGT. What makes this piece so interesting though, is if we pop these out really quick, the stainless steel inserts are included with the frame. The legs are included as well. So you are actually able to buy this, pull it out of the box, and you're ready to go. You can see that these larger arms that make up the frame are folded down. We can actually just take them, fold them up, and this is where the multi-frame table gets its name, because now we've gone from a 3-unit to a 2-unit IGT, just like that. The legs are integrated and built into it, so you don't need to worry about buying extra legs. They're adjustable, so it all just kind of works. It's a fantastic piece again, and really compact. You know, we can, again, look at the box for the MFT. Comes with the carrying case and really, really quite small. So, great little piece. The 2 stainless steel inserts, like I said, included as well. You can buy extras if you're looking for them for your existing IGT, or if you want 3 of them, so you can just use it as a stainless steel tabletop. It's kind of up to you. We've gotten a lot of fire pits in now as well, which is great. It's something that I've been wanting for a really long time. Let's see, just check this. Down here is the This is the satellite fire base from Morocco. So it uses a stainless steel mesh as its fire bed, which is rad for a number of reasons. First of all, these are incredibly compact. This one is the satellite fire base. You can see what that folds down to, kind of thing that, you know, you can just have around all the time. They do have a little bit bigger one, which we'll get to in a second, called the Star Torch 50, but when I say a little bit bigger, like, it's still quite compact. With the stainless steel mesh, you also get really, really good airflow. I think that should go without saying, but air is coming up and in through the stainless mesh, so you're not having to worry about, you know, some fire pits. They get pretty deep. It's hard to get nice oxygen mix in there to get the fire started. This is just stupid easy to get it going. Everything is machined out of aluminum or stainless steel. Again, predominantly made at the Morocco factory just north of Tokyo. The mechanism within it is really sweet as well. Let's see. Oh, it's gonna be a little bit awkward because it's loaded up, so we won't do that. But to fold it down, you unscrew this a couple of turns, not all the way. The arms will fold in. You then rescrew it, and it'll lock the arms in location. Another fire pit from this one, again from Tokyo Crafts. It's their Makulite, made out of titanium, which is just like mind-blowing to me. With the grill installed, it's 19 ounces, so 1 pound 3 ounces. You can actually reduce the trail weight by getting rid of the bag, and this grill grate gets it down to 14 ounces, which is, again, just wild to me. And what's so cool about this as well, from like a use standpoint, if we pull it open here, pull this other one open, just this piece, which is the end panel right there, this is the footprint of it. And it's sized in such a way that it can easily fit into the laptop sleeve or water bladder sleeve of a backpack or hiking backpack. So entirely possible to quite easily take this on a day hike, and once you get to your destination, you can have a little campfire, which, I don't know, there's just something about that makes me happy and laugh to know that, like, you'd be sitting up on a bluff somewhere, really quiet, no one else around, have a little fire going, maybe make some tea or something like that, and just enjoy the afternoon, just because of how light it is. It's also very easy to assemble. When we look then over here, wow, more Tokyo Craft tables. This is their Jika table. Uses this nylon basin. that then is spring-loaded. So if we just pop this off real quick, folds down, you can actually then sandwich it into the table itself. Nice little table for some solo camping. Reassembly is pretty easy as well. The base just locks on, and you're set. And then we have the co-side table, which is just another table kind of similar in design. This one obviously a little bit taller. It's got a little bit more stable base. Trade-off is a little bit heavier, but still really cool piece. Let's see. Also from Tokyo Craft, we have their Rotal table. Let's see. Just make sure we're not missing any comments. Yes, we're good. Rotal table, named so because it rotates. So pretty clearly bamboo tabletop on one side, and there's the legs. We can fold it, and then we can actually say, oh, you know what? We're working with maybe some hot cups, some tea, some coffee in the morning. We don't want to burn our bamboo. The legs rotate around, and now you have stainless steel tabletop. I'm sorry, aluminum tabletop. So really modular, really fun. We have rice cookers from Murco. We'll get to these in a little bit. This over here, this is the other Murco fire pit that we brought in. This is their Star Torch 50. It's named Star Torch because when you look at it top down, it looks like a star. Uses again that same stainless steel mesh, aluminum poles, a machined center base that locks it all together. It's called the Star Torch 50 because it sits at 50 centimeters in height. So for those of you who maybe bought some of our adjustable IGT legs, you know that they have a 50 centimeter setting. So you can get a really nice inline view with your campfire. It also, bringing it up just a little bit higher, easier to get warm, really nice, just kind of mood campfire, and you'll get that real nice airflow as well. And as you can see, you get some fun patina. Well, maybe you can't see, but you can get some fun patina and color on the stainless steel mesh once you get the fire going. Here's that Murco rice cooker. Love this very pale gray that's on it. And this is the Murco grill stand as well. It's a four-legged grill stand. Four-legged grill stand allows it to work with the Jacaro over here. So if you're familiar with the Snow Peak line, maybe you have a Jacaro for your Takibi. This one is the Camping Moon version. But the Murco version, it's black, it's aluminum, so quite a bit lighter, made in Japan. Again, really nice piece, fits within that footprint as well. And then the grill mesh. So this grill mesh is actually, it's a cooking surface, it's stainless steel. It fits onto the satellite fire base really well, but it also then can just be suspended on top. So you can see we have these carabiners and stainless steel chains that would hold it. And this allows you to cook using this grill stand, even if you don't have the satellite fire base. Now, we're not going to be able to show the tents and shelters that we've gotten in, at least not on this live stream, but we've gotten them. And it's really, really cool because there's a goal for Ko ROGI and the business this year to be able to, to be able to bring in tents and shelters. So we've got the Tenbi, the Machan TC, which is a TC polyester cotton tarp. We have the wing fort, we have the Grajas, we have TPU windows for the Grajas, we have living sheet, ground sheet. This can all be viewed if you go to our website. The entire Tokyo Crafts collection is up right now for preview. You can learn all about the products, see photos, videos, that sort of thing. But it's so cool to actually have this here. And then speaking of tarps, this is Murco's Hexa Ultra Spark. It's actually this one that we have suspended here in the studio right now. Ultra Spark, as the name implies, it is a TC cotton, which means you can use it over a campfire if you want to. It's very light, it's very small. This is all it is right there. So again, really easy to throw into a bag or even a backpack if you wanted to, and be able to have a tarp set up just about anywhere you go. Coming over onto this side, you're going to see some mess behind me. We're going to ignore that. We've got from 30 Explorer an expanded line of their products. So we have the KT House 5. If you don't know what the KT House is, it's eccentric. I love it though. Pull this one out of the box here as a sneak preview. So this is the KT House 5. What it does is it is a home for your 38 KT Miyabi camp lights. Sitting right in here, clear on the front and back so that you can turn the lights on and get the glow, but keep them from getting damaged or moisture or whatever. Some of them are limited edition. This one's brass. Maybe you want to protect them. Maybe you just want to have a fun way to carry your camp lights to camp. We have every color of the 38 Sport KT line now. Black, white, gray, olive drab, brown, as well as now skeleton. Pop this one open. Skeleton, as the name implies, is a clear plastic. Top and bottom, a lot of fun. And then we also have a very limited amount of the solid brass rich edition, which is really cool. They're only available through raffle in Japan. We have them here. You can go to the website right now and pick one up. Full line of different bases, stands, magnetic mounts, adapters for your gas canisters, all sorts of great stuff. We also have gotten in a lot more stickers for them. So as you can see, some of these have designs on them. This one is clouds, comes from the cloud sticker, and this one is a Danner collab. This one is with a camping store outside of Tokyo called Camp Hills. But if you want to decorate your own, all sorts of different options. We have the Milky Way clouds, clear, different classic textile patterns. This one is Cafe a la, which is, like a mocha, another sunset. Anyway, lots of fun, tons of different options. It's really I think about it as this stepping stone into a whole ecosystem on its own, very analogous to an IGT, right? You buy an IGT and then you kind of have to get all these other things for it, or want to get all these other things for it. These lights are exactly the same way. The sky's the limit with the accessories and the options. Even this kind of little shade on this one. This is just something that we mocked up really quickly and 3D printed to see what it would be like. And it was just lots of fun to play around with them like that. All right, where are we going next? What are we doing on comment? Okay. Another piece from Tokyo Crafts. There's actually 2 pieces, technically 3 depending on how you count. So this is their Ko table. This is everything. The Ko table is this X frame itself. Each one comes with one stainless steel top. You can see if we pop this off, open it up, there are bags. Right now we only have the bags as an insert accessory, but there are a couple of other options that we'll be getting in the near future, from coolers. There's actually barbecue boxes that can go in here so you can cook with this. There's firewood storage bags. There's all sorts of things. And what you're able to do with these is you can leave them open like this. Using these notches, you are actually able to stack them on top of one another to get more height out of a Ko table. The tabletops themselves, as you can see, there's all sorts of mounting points. So you can use an extra one of these as a bottom shelf if you wanted. You're also able to bridge Ko tables together in either direction, like that. You're also able to build with them. So if you can imagine 4 of these tables kind of rung together at 90-degree angles, well, all of a sudden you end up with a stainless steel kind of fire pit table. So tons of versatility with these. They're really fun. It's a really great design. I'm really excited to see them in the US now for the first time. We obviously still have the Shimcraft drop that we did. We've got more Shimcraft stuff coming in around October, November. Shimcraft is a manufacturer based out of Osaka. It's a lot of woodworking and really nice hardwood, solid wood pieces for the IGT frames, accessories for the shelf container, as you can see here. These are replacement handles. So these ones are walnut. You've got oak as well, similar to how this works on the side. We have these replacement side grips, which are actually really great because they lock it in. So the shelf container doesn't wiggle as much. You have magnetic attachment bars that can go on the back. Again, 25 or 50 walnut or oak. So a number of different options there. If we come over here, we've gotten in a few new like cookware, drinkware items. This one's really fun. I thought I had a cup. I don't know what happened to it. It is a silicone, so nice, flexible, soft, lightweight spout lid that goes onto the Snow Peak 450 millimeter single wall mugs. So little lid turns it into something that you can use for like pour over, drip coffee. Just a fun little accessory that's really easy to throw into your bag. Again, here is the Morocco rice cooker. Pull this out. You can see got a couple of different layers, and then the Morocco trivet as well. Just getting notices that we're running low on battery, so we're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment, message us, reach out to us via email, and be sure to stay tuned for new product launches as we come into the fall camping season. Thanks so much.